Getting a girlfriend is not as hard as it seems. Chances are you are making it much more complicated than it actually needs to be, and it's hindering your ability to make her want to date a man like you. That's the good news, is that you're your own worst enemy in this. Which means that once you get out of your own way, then it will drastically increase your chances of getting a girlfriend. But get ready, because I'm going to teach you how to get a girlfriend step by step, so that you can go wherever you are and create an effortless relationship with any girl you want. You're not going to want to miss the last step, because that's the most important if you want a girlfriend. But really quickly, I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating, and I've helped over 100,000 people in 30 different countries. In my exclusive program Arrows, I teach men not only how to attract and date, but also win back the woman of their dreams. Click the link in the description to talk to us and see if you're a great fit for the program and to get my exclusive help. Back in high school and middle school, I wanted a girlfriend so bad. I saw my friends getting into relationships. I saw all these guys and girls getting into relationships, breaking up, and then getting into new ones. Everyone was getting into relationships, and I was just sitting there waiting for it to be my turn. It just seemed that it wasn't coming anytime soon. I went 7th to 8th grade without a girlfriend, and then years into high school, and I could not make anything happen. I didn't know what I was doing wrong that caused girls not to want to be around me, but to date everybody else around me. It wasn't until late high school that I met up with one of my friends who was multiple years older than me. He was a celebrity, and he became a local celebrity club promoter at the time. And when I went out with him, he was able to pull any girl that he wanted. It was like a superpower. And he wrote all of it down on a piece of paper in about 60 seconds. He gave it to me, and then I went back to school. I applied everything that he said to do, and 1 week later I was talking to and then eventually dating the varsity cheerleading captain. Not just the regular cheerleaders, but the captain. The hottest. I talk about this in my best-selling book, Waking the Core of Man, so if you want to know some better and really great tricks, then make sure you give that a read. But let's talk about some simple things that caused it to change almost overnight. Because chances are you're in the same position that I was, or maybe just a little bit better. And if you apply everything that I say, it will significantly increase your chances of getting a girlfriend. First, in order to get the girl, you must be okay with not having her. One of the biggest reasons that a guy cannot get a girlfriend is because of his expectations and his attachment, and how this affects the way he interacts with girls. Let's talk about expectations and how they impact the way you communicate with women. As soon as you create an expectation that something has to happen, this is the moment that you are doomed for failure, because almost nothing will go according to plan. Let's say that a girl was giving you attention at a party or at work or at school, and now you're thinking, oh, she's hot and she's acting like she likes me. I'm going to ask her on a date, and that date is going to be amazing. So you reach out to her and you set the date, and it's actually going pretty great. Then the day of the date comes. You text her, and then she doesn't reply for 3 hours. You text her again. She doesn't reply, and it's been 3 hours. So you text her again. Now it's 30 minutes before the date. You send her one last text, and your heart drops because you realize that she's not going to show up. You realize that you're being ghosted. You had a whole date arranged. You made reservations, and she tossed you aside like trash. Then you go on YouTube and you find this guy with glasses and has kind of cool hair. You get good, and then you become higher status. And then she comes back into your DMs, and this time you ghost her. But things will usually not go according to plan. So when you make these big plans for the first date, or for the only girl that you're talking to, and you have these big expectations, that you are more likely to disappoint yourself, and also become depressed if it doesn't go that well. This is congruent to attachment, because usually things are going well from the start. But after 2 to 3 weeks, she starts to pull away, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Why am I losing her? It only begins to switch after 2 to 3 weeks, because you've built up these fantasies in your head that you will finally have a good girl to hold your hand. A girl that you can watch the sunsets with and do couple things together. You begin to become attached to these fantasies. Now, instead of building attraction, you begin to focus on not losing that which you've gained. You start operating from a place of fear that you're going to lose her, and what you fear, you attract. You begin to act needy and make these tiny little mistakes that cause her to pull away. Don't take your foot off the gas, press it and keep going until she's obsessed, and then keep going. Second is, don't come on too strong. One of my social media managers needed help with girls, and that's how he came to me, and then we formed a business relationship. But he wasn't able to adapt, and he was purely online talking to these girls, which is a big no-no. If you want success with dating, then do about 80% of your interactions with women in person, and about 20% on the dating apps or whatever whatever, even if that. But he would flirt and send these winking emojis from the start. And it was like she was about 70 degrees and then he came on at about 110 degrees. And she's like, this is way too strong from the start. And then he kept getting ghosted. Instead, you want to adapt to her from the start and wait for the perfect moment to slowly drift the conversation into a more fun and flirty vibe. It's almost like a lion stalking its prey looking for the perfect moment to strike. You want to talk to her very normally, like you might have interest but you start balanced. And when she says a comment like, man, it's really hot in here, then you say, I tend to have that effect. Based on her reaction will tell you if you can take it further or not. But you don't whip that out at the start unless you have the perfect opportunity. Mystery says that amateurs flirt right at the start, but a pro will wait about 7 to 8 minutes. Third is how to actually flirt. Most accounts tell you to be nice to her and please her and compliment her and she will be your girlfriend. It's no wonder why the world is so up nowadays with dating. It's because the advice that most people give out is absolute horse. In fact, flirting is actually the opposite. Every man is trying to convince her on why he's a good option for her. But when she runs into a man who is the opposite, who puts obstacles between you two on why you cannot be together, she tends to lust after that man. Robert Greene, the best-selling author of The Art of Seduction, states that in order to create attraction, you must put obstacles between you two. This means that in order to win the girl, you must tease her. You must be playful, and basically act how an older brother would to a little sister. For example, let's say that a girl spills her drink. Then you must be like, oh my gosh, I'm not even like surprised. And then she'll be like, oh my god, shut up, like stop. And if you need help with flirting, then make sure you watch all of our other playlists here about how to actually make her chase you in conversation. Number 4 is to apply social proof. When a girl knows that you have other options with women, then she is much more likely to actually date you. We as human beings tend to like what other human beings like. And I know, but Selna, I'm here because girls don't want me. So how can I show that a girl wants me? And I know that's not everybody here on Team SK, typically just the new guys that are getting used to this stuff. Everyone else is blowing me away with the results from my program and in these videos. You must change your perception. Even if no girls want you, you should assume that no girls have tried with you because they are much too shy. Watch how this is played. Let's say that you're out with a group of friends and some girls, but then like one of the girls bumps into you, and then the group is like, well, why did that girl bump into you? And you assume that she wants you, and so you say, oh, it happens, like girls, they can't keep their hands off of me. Now the girls are thinking, man, he's talking like he has options. Maybe he does have options. And they start to chase you because you're making them see a different side to you. This is how to actually get a girlfriend with steps. If you want to know how to flirt over text, then make sure you watch all of our other videos. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, and also comment down below what you guys want to hear more of. I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating. I'll see you in the next video.